drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here.
Still first down.
Will handle Lacey. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Partner, the one concern I had about Eddie Lacy coming out of Alabama was weight. And it became a concern for Green Bay in 2015.
Yeah, he was up over 260 pounds. Disappointing 2015. Looks a lot better, doesn't it?
A lot better. And when he's lean, oh, boy, is he a heck of a runner.
Here's Rodgers, and it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
On second down, Lacey. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
Partner, we're into the second quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you?
And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
They go play action for Jennings. Now Manning. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Giants. Victor Cruz, his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants strike quickly here for 6 points. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field, and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
And there's a flag on the play. And his kick is good.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Oh, and you just can't do that. 15 yards on the roughing the kicker call.
Absolutely inexcusable. The kicker's in a defenseless position, and he just gets taken out.
Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Packers get set to go. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make this a second down. Now it's 2nd and 7. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Over the middle, Rodgers has it. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Larry Ridley will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. So completion on 2nd down, that brings up 3rd. Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. Open man, the tight end Rodgers. A gain of 7, and they pick up the first.
Nice catch by the tight end, Richard Rodgers, and, you know, it came from the quarterback, Aaron Rodgers. Some things just write themselves, don't they?
That's exactly right. Both spelled R-O-D-G-E-R-S, for those wondering.
There you go.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Surveying the field. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
And right now I take my rudimentary kindergarten skills and draw where the tackle box would be, because that was close. I thought he was in the tackle box. He has to be very careful where he gets rid of the football from that spot.
Yeah, they say there was a receiver in the area, though.
Yeah. There's always a receiver in the area.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Rodgers. Floating one, incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. And the Giants will go with 6 defensive backs here on 3rd. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And Rodgers has it over on the right side. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The man they call Snacks, Damon Harrison, able to get in and run him down for a loss of 14.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. He'll set up the screen to Lacy. Shreds him with a stiff arm. Call it an even 20 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. His pass caught at the 4. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Richard Rodgers, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are back within a score. And his kick is right through. after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half. You got to give some credit there, able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. That one goes for 24 yards. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. From midfield, here's Manning. And now the ball comes out. Manning lost it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball. The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The former first-round pick, Dayton Jones, with a big-time sack on 3rd down, and it'll be a loss of 7. All right, so the timeout over, and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. Now Brad Wing, a third-year man out of LSU, on to punt it away. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
12 yards on the return that time. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we come upon halftime here with the visiting Giants out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Packers have an edge in time of possession right now.
Well, my apologies, Larry. I wanted to hear the report. Somebody's in a hurry, so we're going to get them right to quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's the Packer defense getting set to go again. They were pretty good in that first half, but losing, so it's kind of a fine line they probably feel right now.
It is, and you would hope that they're not discouraged because they've kept their team in the game by playing so well on defense. In fact, they should be inspired right now, and maybe their offense will gather up some of that inspiration and move forward themselves in the second half.
They're probably hoping, indeed, that defense can lead to offense here in half 2. That's one of those ones that is so hard to judge, but defensive holding there, that's what the referee saw. 1st and 10. Here's Manning. And his throw is incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard. And that'll make it 2nd and 10. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, 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 and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. And he's hit and taken down. Eli sacked. Julius Peppers able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
Off the play fake to Lacy. Here's Rodgers. And he completes it to Jordy Nelson. 23 yards on the play.
A really nice read by the offense. They caught the defense not covering the middle of the field, went to the post route, and found the receiver wide open for a nice gain.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Lacy. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. J.T. Thomas in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
And Crosby puts it through, and that will knot us up at 10. So they come away from this opening drive of the 3rd quarter with only 3, but at least it does draw them back level.
And that has to be job 1. A touchdown certainly would have been nice, but here you get back on even terms, and now you get the rest of the second half to try and get yourselves in front.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. New York set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Manning again here on 2nd and 10. Cruz has it over the middle. And he's brought down. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Throwing on first down is Manning. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Again, it's Lacy. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for the offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did. I can't help it. I'm just sitting back in admiration right now. This defense tells everyone that plays against them, you're not beating us running the football. That's who we are. That's what we're about. It's not going to happen. If you're going to beat us, you better pick another way.
Now it's Rodgers. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. So a 2nd down incompletion now brings up 3rd down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed...
And trying to get it to his tight end, Rodgers, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Janoris Jenkins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And New York set to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. And you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did. And they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
A good pickup there, a 22. Good throw, good catch, and the post route successful for the offense.
Really difficult on the defender. He got moved out of the middle of the field and tried to scramble to recover, but it was too late to stop the completion.
From midfield, here's Manning. Over the middle here to Donnell. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 19. And that leads to a New York first down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it. We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. Now Manning on the bootleg. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Morgan Burnett. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They go back to the air here after the INT. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. Knotted up here at 10. That's our score as we begin quarter number 4. Now a play fake here on first down. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Rodgers will try again on second down. He gets it over the middle to Cobb. Now the ball comes loose. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Rodgers again now. Caught by Nelson left side. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 11 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a second down.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4. Rodgers with a give. It's Lacey. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It's a gain of 4 there that gives him a new set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So it'll be first down here after the run. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Caught by Cobb. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll bring up a second down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Six yards to go here on second down. Rodgers throwing on second down. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. Complete to Janis. And he's brought down after a good gain. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Well, the advantage has certainly shifted to the defense as we began that 3rd down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a 1st down.
3rd time's a charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on 3rd, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it, weren't daunted at all, and picked it up.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Richard Rodgers with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Packers have moved out in front.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. The return man here, Dwayne Harris. Penalty marker is down here. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
Return team.
And New York set to take the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Awesome.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coach is insane.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And Rodgers has it over on the right side. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And the offense here just looking to stay in bounds, complete the short passes, and put this game on ice.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Richard Rodgers, that time. And it'll be 2nd and 10. Getting late here in the 4th, and if this team has any chance to win this football game, their defense obviously needs a stop here. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Rodgers. He's got time, and he comes back with one complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. They're still in search of the first down after that last completion.
3rd and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
Expecting pass. Now a 10th carry here for Lacey. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Rodgers throwing here. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
2nd down now after the incompletion. Now a handoff. Here's Lacey. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Crashing in from the end there, not to disrupt the pass game, but to disrupt the run game.
Yeah, I love the distinction too, because the good defensive ends, they can do it all. Set the edge in the run game, make sure that no one can move it that way, and of course rush the passer. On that play, use his speed to get there in the run game.
Well, here we go now. Extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And now a little bit of a losing skid here. Only 2 games, but still.